Hello and welcome to another GD Express screencast with me, Teacher Marco. And today I will help you improve your reading speed for the GED test. So I will be giving you some tips on how to improve your reading speed and also some methods that you can use. Now, reading in the GED test is very essential because you will have to read primary sources and arguments and essays and articles and a lot of excerpts. So you will need to improve your speed because, as we all know, um, all the tests are following a certain time limit. Okay, so you need to manage your time. You need to balance your the time that you spend answering and the time you spend in reading your questions and the passages. So when we say speed reading is the process of rapidly recognizing and absorbing phrases, sentences, and ideas on a page all at once rather than identifying individual words. So, the amount of information that we process is something that we need to improve and in a very short period of time. Okay, so most people read an average of around 250 words per minute, though some are actually quicker than the others. But here's the good news: the ability to speed read can be improved and can be doubled if you keep on practicing. So, we'll try to explore some of the skills that you can use to accelerate your reading, okay? So, how to speed read? Um, well, here's what I tell my students. All speed reading techniques have one thing in common. You avoid pronouncing and hearing each word in your head as you read it. This is called as subvocalization. Instead, skim lines as a group of words so you can understand words more quickly than you can say them. So avoid pronouncing them inside your head. One way to stop this is to focus on block of words rather than individual words. So you can do this by relaxing your face and, softening or expanding your gaze on the page so that you stop seeing words as single units. So you just have to keep on practicing this one. Now, there are methods on how you can boost your reading speed. Now, there are a lot of methods, but I'll only share two today that I think that are useful for the GED tests. One is the pointer method. Now, what is the pointer method? Now, the pointer method is also sometimes called hand pacing. So what you have to do is actually to sweep the finger along the line as you read. And, it really works well for me and for some of my students. Now, why do we have to do this? Because you are aware of your speed if you're doing this. Okay? So, this will help you increase your pace because you know which line are you in now. You see the movement of your fingers. Okay. Try to spend no more than 1 second on each line and then increase your speed on each subsequent page of whatever you're reading. Okay, you will probably find that you retain very little information at first, but as you train your brain and you become more comfortable with the technique, your comprehension will also improve. So this is one thing that you should do as preparation before your test. Don't do it first time on the test itself. Of course, you have to do this a couple weeks before your test, or even a few months before your test. Okay, now another one is the scanning or previewing method. Now, scanning involves moving your eyes quickly down the page, and often down the center, and identifying the specific words and phrases as you go. This can be key sentences. So, how is this different from the pointer method? Now, this one is really fast. You don't read it line per line. You don't read every word, but your eye will land on what is important to allow you to grasp the main idea. So, first, one thing that you can do is you first go to the questions and then scan. Because by that time that you're scanning, you know what to find. Okay, now, what are the uh, ways on how to improve your speed reading? A while back, I talked about the methods. Now, let's talk about how. Okay, now these are the steps to success. Here are some tips that I think will help you. First is to avoid distractions. So create a study environment where there are as few interruptions as distractions as possible to allow you to focus fully on the words in front of you. So turn off your phone, just set a time for you to read. Give yourself at least an hour a day, turn off your phone, go to a room where you're far away from your computer, or your electronic gadgets, and find a quiet place. Now, the next one is go easy. Read an uncomplicated novel or a simple online article initially to get a feel for which technique is going to work best for you. So don't go right away to complicated texts. Just try to find simple articles, and then as time goes by, you can progress and search for a more complex article. So at first, gauge how much you've remembered or understood and set a timer to see how much faster you are in reading. So at first, just try to do simple reading tasks. And then know what you want from the text. This is what I'm talking about, that you have to go to the questions. Uh, this is very helpful when you're doing the skimming method because it primes you to pay attention when you see relevant words and sentences and also phrases. So after that, you can then slow down at these points or circle them, or try to put a marker on that particular line. All right. Um, so you must know what you want from the text. It's very important. How do we know it? By checking the question first. And of course, as you go through all these tips and practices, you have to benchmark your progress. It is important to build your confidence in reading, and it is important for you to know that you're improving. So, if you benchmark your progress, this way you can tell whether your practice is paying off. So, by the way, there are many free speed reading assessments online. There are many websites like readingsoft.com. You can go and visit that website. That's reading, readingsoft.com. So you can actually try to assess your reading speed. And of course, lastly, is to keep on practicing. Practice, practice, practice. You have to practice speed reading to get good at it. Because the more you train yourself, the more natural it will feel. So, the love for reading will not come instantly. You have to keep on practicing, and you have to keep on reading. Okay, so there is no instant technique or a medicine that you have to drink for you to have a good reading skill right away. It all comes down to practicing. So there you go. I hope that I was able to help you today and give you some tips on how to improve your reading speed, especially before and when you are taking your GED test. If you want to know more about us, please check our website. That's phuketpals.org. Or you can also check our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/PhuketPals. Please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button below. Thank you so much for your time. See you on our next video. Bye bye.